I hope that you all had a great Thanksgiving break. Welcome back. Today we're going to listen to the story called Whose Shoes? A Shoe for Every Job by Stephen R. Swinburne. So this story, while I'm reading, I want you to listen and to think about some of the details in the story. You can find out details from listening to the words and from looking at the pictures. Today, you're going to look at the pictures and you're going to make some predictions. You're going to think about and make some guesses on what is going to be on the next page. I want you to remember that when we're reading, we always start at the left and read to the right. And we always start, if there are words at the top of the page, from the top to the bottom. Okay, let's listen to this story. Whose shoes? Most people wear shoes. But some people don't. The first shoes you ever wore were soft and very small. If it's cold outside, you wear boots. If it's hot, you wear flip-flops. Your favorite shoes might be blue or silver. What are your favorite color of shoes? Maybe you have a favorite pair that are a special color that you like the best. People wear different shoes for different jobs. Can you tell whose shoes go with what job? So let's make some predictions. Look at this picture here. Whose shoes do you think those are? I think I heard you. I think you guessed it. A ballerina. Yes. Whose shoes are these? I think I heard someone say it. A farmer. A farmer wears those special boots. Let's take a look at these boots. These are very special boots. Whose shoes are those? A firefighter. Whose shoes are these? Does anyone have a guess? Let's find out. An Army National Guard soldier. I bet some of you know some people who do jobs that wear these special shoes that we're seeing. Whose shoes are these? Let's make a prediction by looking at the picture and let's see what this is. Does anyone know what that is? You're right, it's a soccer ball. So who do you think wears these shoes? A soccer player. You were right. Whose shoes are these? Those look like some special boots too. There's lots of special boots for different jobs. A construction worker. I saw the machine in the background, so that gave me a clue. That gave me an idea of whose boots those could have been. Let's look at this picture. Whose shoes do you see here? I see these pants. I know I've seen pants like that before. And how about this bag? What do you think? A post office worker, correct. Let's look at these shoes. This is tricky. I'm really not sure whose shoes those could be. Do you have any guesses? Let's find out if you're right. A chef. Were you right? Did you guess that it was a chef? Oh, look at these. Whose shoes? Who could these big, giant pink shoes belong to? I think you probably know it. A clown. Have you ever seen a clown? They can be so silly. Whose shoes will you wear one day? What do you want to be when you grow up? Do you think you'll wear a special kind of shoes for your job? Let's take a look here. Workers and their tools. So a chef, I don't know why this is not letting me move myself today. Very good. Okay. So workers use different tools. This chef chops with a knife. What other tools does a chef use? So a chef uses a pan. Can you think of anything else that a chef might use? How about some measuring cups? Can you think of anything other things? Those are great ideas. Firefighters carry their tools on the truck. They use hoses. What other tools do firefighters use? They use a helmet, an axe, boots. Okay, let's see what's on the next page. A doctor uses tools to examine patients. A thermometer tells a person's temperature. What other tools does a doctor use? So a doctor uses the thermometer, a stethoscope to listen. Do you know what that tool is she's using right there? It's called a tongue depressor to check your throat and your mouth. A mechanic fixes cars. He uses a flashlight to look under a car. What other tools does a mechanic use? Well, he might use some spark plugs. He uses a wrench. Can you think of some other things that a mechanic might need? Great job. We use tools too. What jobs do you do? What tools do you use? Think about the tools that you use when you're doing schoolwork. You need a pencil for sure, and I see two other important things in that picture. How about when you're cooking at home? Do you help your family cook dinner? And maybe you use different tools when you're playing, when you're working in a sandbox. What tools might you need for that? All right. I hope you enjoyed this story. Thank you so much for joining me today.